let's go into the modules, and in the assignment, select and mask for hair. We'll just open that up, and I'll do that alongside of you. So let's go through the steps here. And these steps are exactly what we just did. So download and open this dark hair on light background. So I'll download that. And let's see what we got. So I'll just open that in Photoshop. Okay, dark hair on a light background. Great. Okay. So we have this nice image. And so who can tell me what the first step is? Well, it's in the module, isn't it? Okay, make a rough selection. All right. So how do we make the rough selection? Which tool do we need to choose first? Magic wand will do. Yep, let's do that. Okay, magic wand. And then once I've selected the magic wand, what do I need to do? There you go. Select the mask. Okay. And so we have this set to, we'll set it to onion skin. So we'll get you back to something that's going to make some sense. And transparency, I have it set to like 52%. That works. That's fine. Now we want to select the subject. Obviously, I could press this select subject button, but let's do it with this instead. So I'm just using our quick selection tool. And I'm just going to, I'll change the size of my brush. And then I'm just going to drag over the image until we make kind of just a rough selection. Alrighty. So she's mostly selected. And this is looking pretty good. But like I said, we want to make this a rough selection. So the next step I think we'll do is we'll change the view to on black. And this will show us where we have any trouble spots. So do you see any trouble spots in this image for a rough selection? How would you tell where they were? Okay, that's right. Anywhere that's white. Good job. Okay, so to change that, we want to, so I want to get rid of someone had the fine sense to say, I want to get rid of any of those white areas. Okay, great. So I'll start doing that. So I'm going to use my paintbrush, set it to negative. And then we'll just paint those white areas out. Yes, we do. So yeah, we'll get to that as well. So yeah, but for right now, let's work on the hair. And then that's just a function of sometimes the quick selection tool doesn't get that 100% right. And we could do that a number of different ways. We could fix that. But what we could do is just zoom in on that area. And we could try using the quick select with set it to a smaller brush size and then just kind of try to get in there. Yeah, it did all right. And on this image, you notice she has a bit of a white halo, even on her arms and such. So we can fix that a number of different ways. The easiest way to do it is to go into our global refinements, and we're just going to shift the edge in just a little bit. So, yeah, so I'm just shifting the edge in. For me, it looks like 15%. And now it looks like around her arms and stuff, that's getting a good selection for me. All right. So this is, right now I'm at where it's making a pretty good selection for the rough selection. So I'm going to choose output layer mask. And then that's okay. And then I'm naming this rough mask. We want to copy that layer and name it refined. So I'm just going to drag this down to the plus. And then we'll call that refined. Okay. And then I'm going to click on the mask. And then what's the next thing I'm going to do? Who can tell me? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you're right. Let's create a color fill. Okay, so on the rough mask, that is one of the things we're doing. I'm not sure if that's in the next step, but yeah, we need to do it anyway. So we'll do that. So yeah, I'll do just the light color like we did before. So I'll click on the refined mask here. Change to my select the mask workflow on the refined mask area. And I'll change it to onion scan so I can see the outside of the hair. And then I will click on the refined edge brush tool and we'll just paint around wherever the hair is poking through, being careful not to go inside the rough mask that we had already set up. And one thing that I didn't mention is that I don't have to do this in one go. So I'm doing the left and the right hand separately. So I'm not just, not releasing the mouse button in between. So sometimes it's kind of hard to just get it right on the first go. You don't need to do that. All right. Oh, okay. I don't want to shift the edge. Okay. All right. And then we want to just make sure that it's outputting to a layer mask. Okay, so we did the refined mask. We used the select and mask workflow. We used the refined edge brush. And we adjusted the view and transparency settings. Oh, and I guess now we would do the solid color. Okay, we did the solid color before we did this, but that's fine. Okay. And then let's see, change to a darker color. All right, so the next step is to, with this color fill, we want to change to a darker color. And then that's where we start to see those halos, which we don't want. So we'll fix that. So in the properties panel with this mask selected, I just press select the mask. I'm going to change to on layers. And then, so this is showing us halos, which we don't want. So I'm going to scroll down and then I'm going to check this decontaminate colors. And 100% looks good. Let's see if I can, I think pretty much 100% is where I need to leave it. And the output is automatically set to new layer with layer mask. So I hit OK, and then we'll call this decon. Okay. Yeah, and then we can turn off the visibility on the rough mask and the refined mask. And then I'm going to save this as my last name dash dark hair on light background. And Photoshop file is good.